Jenn and Heather hash it out, and Shannon pulls a bravo, bravo, bravo. Let's recap episode 8 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. The episode intro gives us a preview of what the major focuses are going to be. It's clip after clip of the little talks and rumblings about the real deal behind Shannon and John's relationship. We also get a rehash of the Tamara-Jen fight at the Nobu dinner, just letting us pick up where we left off last week. We start off with Shane and Emily getting waxed. I like that Shane is willing to do these things with her. There are some men who would flat out turn it all down. I think back to how it was such a big topic of conversation that Emily was the one to propose to Shane, but really she knew what was right for her. Emily brings up having a backyard pool party at Perry's beautiful mansion to lift the weight of the heaviness from the Nobu dinner. Obviously, if this is the next time everyone will be together as a group, it's not going to be light and airy. It's just another opportunity for a battle. We get some back and forth scenes between Jen, Taylor, and Shannon, and also Tamra and Heather. Jen is still trying to figure out why it went so south between her and Tamra. Jen, the reason is the show. Tamra needs conflict to make things fiery and worth it for her to be brought back on the show. In the midst of this Nobu dinner discussion, Heather brings up the fact that she was on an apology tour with everything that was coming at her.
Oh my gosh, I was on an apology tour. Well, I'm sorry they sorry. I'm sorry. I get it. I'm sorry. By the way, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Better you than me. I'm just apologizing.
Tamra says that she's sorry for throwing the napkin at Jen, but won't back down now because Jen came for her marriage. Well, Jen was just stating what happened, wasn't she? I think if Tamara, Jen, and Heather were joking around and called Ryan hot, what's the big deal? It's not a threat to Tamara's marriage. She wasn't actually interested in him. So why is Tamara so heated? She says she's over it, and the issue is really between Jen and Heather who told Tamara all the information about Ryan. I'm sorry, Tamra is now over it because Jen is starting to stand up for herself? All of a sudden, the issue doesn't involve her, so she's going to bring back Heather to finish this fight. Okay. When Jen explains to Taylor and Shannon her feelings on Tamra going after her at the Nobu dinner, Shannon says she empathizes with both sides. I feel like she likes Jen and wants to build a better friendship with her, but doesn't want to do anything to disrupt the road she's on with her repaired friendship with Tamra. This is big for Shannon, who usually doesn't like any newbies. But Jen is different. She's seamlessly fitting in with the group, unlike any other new housewife. But Tamra is trying to derail that at every turn. We get a scene of Gina and Travis meeting up with Gina's ex and his girlfriend and the kids. She even hugs Travis's girlfriend and chit-chats with her about how great their blended family is. And they show clips of the TikToks they do together. Okay, hold on a minute. Is this the same woman that Matt cheated on her with? Does anyone know? It must not be, because then it would be even more mind-boggling that Gina had all this smoke for Jen, who she doesn't really know from a paper bag blowing in the wind. All right, next, Emily and Tamra meet up for drinks. They discuss Shannon and John's relationship, and they talk vaguely about all the bad things Shannon has been telling Heather about how bad John is. Heather has now told both Tamra and Shannon this gossip, which now is starting to break down the walls of the Tamra-Heather friendship. Tamra decides she's going to lightly broach the subject with Heather, and we know how that'll go. Emily asks Tamara to promise not to throw her under the bus. Now, Emily, you also know how that's gonna go. At Emily's backyard party, Heather, Amin, and Jen have a conversation. The typical housewives confrontation where the whole group gets involved. Heather Amin tells Jen that she assumes all the information about Ryan comes from her, and that's wrong. She also tells Jen that she's playing a dumb role when it comes to Ryan. Well, Jen is not assuming the information is coming from her. That's what Tamara is telling her. Tamara and Shannon go over to intrude on the conversation. I don't know why Shannon went over there, but fine. Tamara and Heather Amin are really adamant that Jen should be angrier than she is, and she's not more upset about Ryan sleeping with someone else while they had a so-called break. I don't get why they feel they know more about Jen and Ryan's relationship than Jen, and that she must be lying. Even if Jen is lying and kind of playing dumb to Ryan's behavior, it's because they're still together and she's probably trying to save face. Let the woman live. They even point out that Jen has no emotion when they tell her all the gross things that her boyfriend does. Why do they want her to be so upset? It's like they're purposely trying to cause her pain. Jen ends up breaking down and says that it's hard for her to deal with a painful portion of her relationship with Ryan, and they're making her relive it. As Jen tells it, she and Ryan were taking time apart, but she didn't realize that meant Ryan was going to sleep with other people. So it really hurts to have to rehash it when she's processed it all and has obviously forgiven Ryan for it. I honestly don't see how Jen could consider Ryan and Heather Amin friends. Well, she isn't really friends with Heather, but the way these two are handling her relationship is just beyond. I would expect as a friend, you could voice your opinion if you don't feel something is right about her boyfriend, but it's her choice whether she stays with him or not. She's not coming to them and saying she's miserable and the relationship isn't what she wants. Jen's relationship is just different from what they would want for themselves. Jen just operates a bit outside of the box. With everything happening in her relationship, she and Ryan see an intuitive healer as opposed to a couples counselor.
Why don't you lead us?
Okay.
That should be enough for them to know she walks a different path. Emily said she didn't want the party to be super heavy, so they all pivot to using her champagne slip and slide. Even Shannon in her Spanx and Heather in her wetsuit, and Tamra ends up topless, of course.
Did Tamra take her top off?
That's like, is the sky blue? Is the grass green?
Right. Is Shane handsome?
Is Shane...
We cap the episode off with a Tres Amigas moment and an update from Vicki. She's in a new relationship and seems to be thriving. I can guarantee you that Vicki will end up a full-time housewife on this franchise again. I promise that. Tamara brings up this opportunity to throw Heather under the bus and bring a dark cloud over Shannon's friendship with her. Tamara is so fickle and she is loyal to no one. Without even getting specific, it seems like Shannon knew right away what Heather was telling Tamra because she broke the fourth wall immediately and tried to nix the whole scene with production. That's it for this week's recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County. I want to know your thoughts. Are you as sick as I am about everyone coming for Jen's relationship? What do you think Shannon is trying to keep from getting out about her relationship? Do you think Vicki will end up being a full-time housewife again? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch up next week. Bye.